I'm Mrs. Hessling. I'm the school counselor here. So hard work and a positive mindset is more important than talent. I would say I would tend to agree with that. I think obviously having talent helps. So if you can have all three, then it's like you're like the perfect combo, I would think. But I've seen a lot of kids who don't have talent use hard work and positive mindset to get them to the same places that people with talent have. So I think that those things are really powerful.
And why?
Unfortunately, I think it's the talent part of it. I think just because of maybe like where your brains are at, you don't necessarily understand the power of hard work and having a positive mindset. Like I think you just see talent and be like, well, it just must be so easy for them.
Yeah.
It's harder, and it's easy to just have talent, right? But staying positive and working hard, that's a little bit harder. So I think, the talent part right now, kids focus more on. But you think about the kids that have been successful.
Yeah.
Like look at a Max Mailer, okay? Yeah, he had talent, but why do you think he had talent? To it, you think about the people that have been successful and why they have been, and it's hard work and staying positive. Like I think that is huge. I think they do. And I think that's why they get discouraged when they see kids not working hard, because they know, and sometimes it's not even just that they have to work hard, just maybe working a little harder than they already are. Teachers know that like that's going to make a big difference. So I hope they try when they see kids doing that, working hard and being successful, that they acknowledge that so kids will keep doing that. I've seen that before because maybe some kids who have kind of been sort of on the edge of a grade or something, I've heard those teachers say, well, they've done everything they can, they've worked hard, they've done the retakes, they've been in here asking questions, and that goes a long way. Well, perseverance, I think. I think you have to be able to get through stuff and realize that everything's not always going to be easy, but if you work hard and stay positive, you can, kind of get through things. I think that that's really important. I think being able to stay positive, like, is that a skill? I think it is a skill, but just being able to keep a positive mindset makes all the difference. Like a terrible situation can be super terrible, or you can stay positive and try to find something good in it. Like I think that's, so being able to persevere and being able to stay positive, like I think those are two huge skills for kids to have.
Alika K from examsuccess.com.au says, I agree that hard work is more important than talent. Hard work is more important than talent because if someone has a talent, that person will lose it because of their proudness, and hard work makes talent. Someone has a talent. They feel that they are the best person at it, so instead of working hard, they just sit on the couch and rest. just being useless until one day he tries the talent again and finds out that he has lost it. If someone has a talent, they're proud of it and doesn't try to keep up and eventually loses his useless talent.
Hard work makes talent. For example, when I was small, I was really bad at origami. I even had to ask about how to fold a cup. I was really sad, so I used about 5 years trying to accomplish my dream. Until I was better than anything I could ever thought I would be long ago. If you use hard work, it creates talent. So why even think about talent? People on the opposing side will say that talented people will have an easier time trying to succeed in life than those who are untalented. It is wrong, because talented people actually have a harder time trying to succeed in life than those who are untalented. As I say, people who are talented will lose the talent. Hard work is more important than talent because if someone has talent, proudness will take it away, and hard work creates talent.
I'm Mrs. Halverson, and I teach K through 12 business and technology. I am also a middle school basketball coach. I've coached the girls for 4 years, and I've coached boys for 2. I definitely think that hard work beats talent. There's actually a saying that says hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. And that basically means that if you're willing to put in extra time and work really hard to be your best, that it doesn't matter how talented somebody else is, if they don't put in hard work, that the hard worker will always beat them out in the end. That doesn't happen right away, but in the long run, over years of time, that eventually will happen because people have the drive to work hard and it'll eventually pay off for them. I think I see, especially at the middle school level, I think I see both categories of people. But I think the hard workers definitely stick out a little more in my mind because that's just a value that is going to serve them for the rest of their lives. There are definitely people that, let's just put it this way, the field hasn't really separated itself, especially in middle school yet. But as you get to high school, you'll definitely be able to tell who's had talent and hasn't worked hard versus who's worked really hard to get their talent. I think there are a lot of skills, not only in basketball but other sports, that will help you throughout life. Teamwork's a big one. There's not a lot of things in this world where you don't rely on other members or a part of a team. Communication's a big one. If you can't effectively communicate to other people, then your message isn't going to get across, or what you want to accomplish isn't going to get across. And I think just perseverance, learning to work hard, and that you might not always get what you want. You might not always get something the first time, but if you keep trying and you don't give up, that eventually you'll get the results that you want. I think those are 3 big ones that youth sports especially teach people. Yeah, I think with a lot of things in life, you get whatever you put into it. I have a few high school classes that I say that in, like high school design classes. This project will be it'll be awesome if you put the time into it. Can you finish the project and not put a lot into it? Yeah, you can. I'll be the first to admit that, but it's the difference between just checking it off the to-do list and making something awesome that you're really proud of. So I think in all areas of life that working hard and putting more into it, putting your all into it, you're never going to be disappointed if you gave it your all. But you can think back and think, oh, I wish I would have tried harder on that. I wish I would have studied more for that test because I knew I could have done better. I would rather give it your all the first time and then know that you tried everything you could, rather than look back and say, oh, I wish I would have tried a little harder for that. Absolutely. And I think not everyone has the same playing level. I think some people can fly to the top really fast. Some people it's very slow and mythological. I guess the way I think about it in school, right? Some subjects kids just understand, like math, for example. They just get it. They don't have to study for it. The teacher teaches it one time and they totally understand it. Then there's some kids that have to sit in class and then they need to do all the practice problems to fully understand it. And then there's even some kids that sit in class, do all the practice problems, and still have to go in for extra help. It doesn't mean that kid A, B, or C aren't going to all get it. Maybe they just have to each take a different avenue to get it someday. Same thing goes with talent. Some kids can shoot free throws and make them every single time in basketball. Some kids have to practice them a lot, and then they still don't make all of them. And then some kids, have to practice the rest of their life, and they still have trouble making them. So I think talent and work ethic comes in all different shapes and sizes, but it's the end result and your willingness to drive through and push through whatever you have to in order to meet your goal that makes the difference. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that goes for not only students, but adults. I mean, everyone has something that they don't know how to do, or someone else has been through it that would have experience that could help them with it. So absolutely, I think asking for help is, like we said before, one of those life lessons that you can never ask for too much help.